Yeah, knowledge creation. This is another thing that we can open up. That we can open up through. It's just big words. But yeah, another thing that we did with this project, first of all, was to get the learners sharing their learning with one another in different ways. So here's an example where what we'd do was get them to crowdsource lecture notes. So this was 1 week, I was talking to them about digital kind of convergence, and in order to get them to develop what we call Twitter literacies, ask them all to tweet the lecture. So all it takes is one learner to tweet, say, every 2 minutes, and at the end of the session you've got loads and loads of tweets which basically cover everything that you've said. One person wouldn't be able to do that unless they could write in shorthand. And then what we do at the end is pull these tweets into a tool called Storify, which then basically packages them chronologically, save them as week 6 convergence, and then send them to the students in different countries, in New Zealand, in Australia, in Spain, in Germany, and they do the same thing with us, and then we'd all have a look at one another's lectures in this way. And again, the really nice thing about this is that you get the human element. So this one, I'll read it out to you. I'm not in the mood for the world today or uni, might be a bit grumpy later, chaps, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's brilliant, because you kind of remember your course notes. If you've got the odd bit of humanity in there, it makes it much less dry. So I really like that, the fact that we get their personalities kind of creeping in, but by passing these notes to one another in this way, the collaborative lecture notes, they're able to, again, learn from one another. Another example here in terms of opening up the classroom. The other thing that happens when you start using hashtags on your courses is that undergraduate and postgraduate students start seeing what one another are doing, and the keen ones will get really interested. So I always get now, like, maybe a few undergrads in a module are really keen. They'll be following postgrad hashtags, and they start getting really curious, and then can we come to the postgrad class as well? Well, brilliant. If there are spare seats in the room, then please do so. Why should you be limited by the level that you're on? Please do engage with others. So that's great. The second one down is from an ex-student attending a postgrad class, because the other thing is that ex-students follow the hashtags and then start communicating with current students. They start getting to know one another, and then this great community develops, and then they want to come back to school and meet the students, which is completely bizarre. It's brilliant. And then finally, back to the point about mobile learning. This is a great example of mobile learning as something that's just truly mobile. I hope the MSCSM lecture will be tweeted so I can keep up whilst delayed on public transport. So I really like that example there. In terms of openness. Another thing that we do, which is a really useful exercise in information literacy, but with the blogs, years ago, if I was with a MSc class, I'd give them a load of journal paper references for a topic. Now I'll just give them 3 and ask them to go away that week and find a paper, each student, and then blog about it, critical analysis of this paper, why they think it's useful. It's a fantastic exercise, and it means that we've got a very rich bibliography that everybody has contributed to by the end of the course.